If you already own the motorcycle of your dreams, but you want a little bit of tech to bring it into the modern age, this video is for you. So this here is the Carpuride 702 Pro. This is something that I didn't know existed until they reached out to me and asked me to help promote it for them. So first off, they did not pay me to make this video. They did, however, send this to me for free for purpose of review. And I do have an affiliate link down below. So if this is a system that would fit into your riding style, please take a look at my affiliate link. It'll save you 30% and it does help the channel out. So that aside, let's get into it. This system is a 702 Pro. It is the newest version of their 7-inch screens that allow you to have Apple CarPlay function as well as Android Auto. So that makes it easy for you to add a navigation system and basically a full infotainment system to any existing motorcycle platform. Now the system that they sent me is a universal kit. They do have other kits that work with various bikes. I believe there's a BMW kit out there. There might even be a Honda kit out there. I'd have to check. But this is a really nice system, and as you can see here, this system with the various mount features that it has does fit a variety of motorcycles. I put this thing on an MT-03, I put this thing on a Indian Scout Bobber, I even put it on a Springfield. Hell, I put this thing on a Honda scooter, an Adventure 160. It kind of looked silly on that, but it worked. Now, for those of you that have a smaller motorcycle that still like the features of this, they do make a 5-inch version as well that might fit your bike a little bit better. I opted for them to send me the 7-inch version because what I thought this would be perfect for is for that adventure rider, and I knew that this new CF Moto Ibex 450 would be a perfect candidate for this screen. You can see on the Ibex 450, this system works perfectly and blends in really well with the existing screen that they have. This mounts, in this case, to the windshield of the bike and really almost has a factory look to it. Now I do have notes here so I can remember the key points that I wanted to talk about. But first off, when you unbox the kit, you're going to have the screen, you're going to have a couple different ways to mount this to the bike. You're also going to have a couple different versions of a wiring harness, so you can either connect it directly to the battery of the bike, which I would suggest perhaps connecting it to a relay so it'll power off when the bike gets shut off. Or my favorite feature is it comes with a USB voltage cable, so then you can plug that into an existing USB port, which works perfect on the CF Moto. So then it turns on and off with the key of the bike, and I don't have to run something all the way to the battery. You're also going to get an instruction manual, a couple little tools to help with the installation, and then some extra hardware to go along with the various ways to mount it. If you're facing the front of the screen, on the left-hand side you have a main power button, and you're also going to have an SD card slot. Now, even though the system is basically powered off your phone with either Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, there are a couple built-in features that are really cool. First off is an intercom function, so you can connect two different headsets to the unit and you can share the music listening experience. Another thing that it has built in is a compass and barometer function that is built into the system itself. This also has a light sensor, so it will automatically dim or brighten as your daylight conditions change. Now, I also mentioned that this has a support for an SD card. It supports up to a 64 gigabyte card that you could save your own music or video files on that you could play back through the screen. So before I show you some of the features firsthand, let's show you how easy this thing is to install. All right, so how this thing comes from the factory is this ball is mounted to the back of your screen system here. How I want to mount it on the bike we're going to use is with this square block. So this is going to go around a rod that's right behind the windshield, and we're going to mount this guy right to here. But I have to get this ball out. So super easy. We take our Phillips screwdriver. They don't supply us one of these. Well, we take this guy out. Here's our screw is loose. Just pop that guy out. Take our screw out. And then we're going to mount it on one of these. You get two to choose from. See how it's kind of a oval shape there. Same as this. We're just going to mount it onto there as such. Screw this guy in. And voila, now we can mount it onto our bike. All right, so here we are at our bike. We're going to install this on. We're going to take the windshield off to get to this bar right here, and that guy will clamp right on and we'll be good to go. So we're going to speed this up so it's less boring, hopefully less boring, and away we go. Well, I brought the Allen over here, I think, to tighten these up, but since I can't find it all of a sudden, I'm going to grab one that works. We're going to tighten this up and be done here in just a jiff. Well, I stand corrected. I left that guy over there. This is one of the Allen wrenches that they give you. I could get a nicer one that would probably be a little bit quicker, but this little guy will do the trick since we have all sorts of room to work with once that windshield was off. Pretty simple. Now that we got this pretty well positioned, at least on there, I want to get the bike, get around to the other side of the bike and position this thing and then tighten it down good. I want to see what it looks like because once I get this windshield on, I really can't get to it to tighten it down. So we're going to do that real quick, see how this looks. Pretty cool. It's almost like this system was made for this bike, even though it wasn't. This is a universal kit. This fits nice. This lines up really nicely with the screen that's already existing on here. And if you saw my CF Moto review on this bike previously, which unfortunately not many have, you'll notice that this is an adjustable windscreen and we can move this up and down, and this now moves with it. The other easy thing about this is that since there's a USB port right on the side, this kit does come with a USB option for power. So all I got to do is hook that up to the USB, and then that'll be on the ignition as well. So I don't have to worry about running a wire back to the battery or anything. Super easy install. And if you wanted to swap this between bikes, you can do that very easily with the use of this and have that other wiring kit installed on a different motorcycle that you may have, so you can swap this system back and forth. All right, we have the wire run here and it's already powered in. I'm gonna go a little red-green here. I'm gonna reuse one of these little twisty ties they gave me for just to get us by on this video. And I'm gonna bunch these this wire up and set it aside, and that'll work. If you're gonna leave this permanently installed on the bike, there's definitely you can route it nicer and zip tie it off so you have a much more permanent solution. But for what we're doing, this is gonna work. Turn on the bike, boots up beautifully. All right, I just shot a whole bunch of junk footage, me trying to figure this out with my audio system to give you the shortcut. Apple CarPlay's up, we're gonna go here, we're gonna hit car home, and it goes to that. It brings up your main screen, go to audio output, and then you're gonna let this do its thing, and it's gonna automatically search. If you're not in there, you're going to put your headset unit into pairing mode, which that's the step that I forgot to do. And then it'll automatically find it, you click it, and away you go. This is super simple. I'm just not the smartest guy, apparently, when it comes to this stuff. So once we start this bike, you're going to see the screen flash. That's because when I turn the engine on, the USB gets power cut to it briefly. That has nothing to do with the screen. That's just the power going to it. Let's go for a ride. Got our gloves on. Come on, baby. So you saw me struggling there probably. These are Icon. I don't know what gloves these are. They don't have the extra touch thing on them, I don't think. But the screen seems to work okay. We're kind of windy today. Let's close this down. She's windy. And I don't know how the sun's working and what you're able to see. Yeah. So what I will say is, now that I'm on the bike with my gloves on, the reach on this is a little bit further than what I'm used to. But it's still fairly responsive, but not perfect. You just got to put a little bit more emphasis on how hard you touch it. For early season riding in Wisconsin, this is one of the better bikes to have. Roads are not clean yet. Still some gravel on them. Still some salt. We need, now that we got that other batch of snow, we need another good rain to clean them off. So the screen, I have a tinted visor on right now. I'm using an ND filter on the GoPro, so I don't know what you can and can't see. I'm hoping that the screen is picking up good on the GoPro because I can see it really nicely, even through this chrome tinted visor that I have. With the gloves, like I said, you just gotta, the way that these gloves are, the fingertips kind of are set on them, they're not the flattest surface. And you just got to make sure you're making good contact with the screen, otherwise it doesn't seem always responsive. But when I have a good flat connection, the screen works really well. I think it has more to do with the way the gloves are shaped, right where I'm touching them, than the screen itself. If I were going to be traveling, doing a long distance kind of thing, or if I had a bike like this myself and was going to go explore some off-road areas, you know, this being an Apple CarPlay Android Auto system, you can use other apps besides the navigation systems that are built in. So you could use an Onyx off-road, or you could use a, what is the other one, Reaver or something like that. I mean, there's a bunch of different ones, Gia Maps, that are all Android Auto and Apple CarPlay compatible, and then you can use them on here. So for an adventure bike type thing, this is a really nice setup. For the cruiser guy that's looking to go into some uncharted territory, this is a nice setup. Many of you can say, well, you can just mount your cell phone right there and you're good to go. Tell you what, 4 years ago I ruined a cell phone by doing that. Now that has to do with the way I had it, the mount that I just used a regular RAM mount, and I believe it happened on my TW200. That thing was cranking RPM and was super, had a lot of vibration, and it took out the camera system in my phone. It was really annoying and it sucked. Luckily I had insurance on the phone, but it still had to pay a deductible to get it fixed. So right now my phone is in my pocket and it's Bluetooth into the system. In this place, it looks like a factory system. It really is a nice looking rig, good looking setup. A lot of people would assume, if you tuck the wires better than I did, that it could be from the factory this way. So I like it. I understand some of the negative downfalls of that is the battery life of my phone is going to be less because I'm Bluetoothing all this wirelessly to this system. There could be some heat issues perhaps on a hot day, but I think overall, for what most people are going to do with this is still a very nice solution, and it's not a lot of money. You know, to get a bike, a new bike that has this stuff built into it is a heck of a lot more than buying the system, or sometimes moving up from a model that doesn't offer it to a model that does. It's a lot more than the $300 and some price tag that this is going to have. Again, there's an affiliate link down below with a coupon code in there to help save you 30% on purchasing this system or one very much like it. They do have different options, a 7-inch option like what I have here. This is the Pro, so this has some of the extra features like the auto dimming screen, the barometer, and the compass. I don't believe that comes in the basic version. You can save yourself some money to go to the non-Pro system. And for you BMW riders, I know for sure they have a system that works with the BMW system, and then you can use your hand controls actually instead of using the touchscreen if you'd like. So a really cool thing. And the fit and finish on it's nice. And I also should mention this thing is IP67 rated, so it is, and the connectors are waterproof as well. They have a thread-in connector system, so they're sealed, and this thing will stand up in the elements and the rain and everything. So it is meant to be used like how people are going to use it. Well, we're back. Let's give you some final thoughts. So there it is, the Carpuride 702 Pro system. Like I said, they do have other models out there, so if this system's a little bit too big for you, they do have smaller ones. They also have ones that work with certain bike platforms. I know BMW is one of them, so if you're one of those riders, check out what they have and what they can offer you. Use the affiliate link below to get there. It does help support the channel, and it also does help give you a 30% off on any system that you buy through their system. I'd like to say thank you for all my supporters out there, all my subscribers. If you're not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. But if you'd like to see other videos like this or other gear reviews like this, let me know. Let me know what you would like to see. I'm still trying to figure out what you guys are interested in. Sure looks like I got a lot of Indian people out there, but I also have some CF Moto folks and some other people that are out there as well. So let me know what you'd like to see from the channel. This summer, I have a lot of things planned. I got a really cool one that's in the works that you should be seeing here in the next month or so. So stay tuned, subscribe so you don't miss out on any of that future stuff. And as always, don't forget to enjoy the ride. Thank you.